Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Musfiratu Awati binti Saparudin. My metric number is E2020202747. Today, I am going to present about the article. The title is The Impact of Emotional Expression on Children's Trust Judgments. I hope people can understand what I am going to talk about. The author of the article is Yu Long Tang, Paul Edward Harris, Hong So, and Hu Xiaohu. Four of them came from different universities. In my presentation, there are four tables of content. The first is study objective. The goal is to know that emotions will affect the child in making a decision or not. Second is methodology. The researchers recruit 50 children to participate in testimony. The third is the results regarding the testimony. And the last one is reflective and proposal. This part needed my opinion. We move to study objective first. Number 1 is researchers want to prove whether children believe an individual through expressions or believe through a person's knowledge. Harris and Coyne, 2006, said when children learn about the past, they depending on the informant. They also apprise potential informants. Other than that, from recent studies, have also started to explore whether the current emotional state of a potential informant might also influence children's trust. Number 2 is researchers wanted to identify the children were able to make decisions from saying positive or negative facial expression despite they have an answer before. Children are especially sensitive to negative as compared to positive input. Next, we move to methodology. In the testimonials, there are 50 children participate in the study. The age of the children participating was 4 years old and 5 years old. During the course of testimony, they did not use a real human, but generated by the Face Gen Modeler 3.0. Faces appeared to be adults between 20 to 30 years of age. They choose this age range because in research on young children's trust in testimony, children have typically been presented with young adults as informants. The important part in the testimony for sure is emotional faces. There are 3 kinds of emotional faces: natural, happy, and angry. The procedure divided into 2 parts. Let's see in figure 1. This experiment divided in 2 parts. Part 1, trust judgment solely based on facial expression, and Part 2, trust judgment based on past behavior and current facial expression. Before I explain about the experiment, I will introduce you with 2 men. The first one is the red shirt, is a very dumb man, and the blue shirt is a very smart man. In figure 2, shown part 1 in the experiment. In part 1, involving selective trust judgment based solely on the facial expression of 2 individuals. All children receive 4 trials. Each trial includes a familiarization phase immediately followed by a trust phase. In the familiarization phase, children were introduced to 2 individuals via the screen of a 40-inch laptop. 2 blank cartoon faces with different colored shades appeared on the screen and a story context was then provided. Then, stories were based on those previously used in research on interpersonal trust among preschoolers. After the experiment, mostly children are more trusting to be men with a blue shirt. So, from this, children more trusting to people who have good behavior or smart people. In figure 3, shown part 2 in the experiment. In this part, use the same man like part 1. When experimenter asked, "Did you know what this is called?" meanwhile point to the picture. Almost the children didn't know. After that, the experimenter said, point your finger to the man who you can trust can give you the right answer. And for sure, they choose man with blue shirt, like part 1, because of the blue shirt is a very smart man. Okay, but suddenly appear a current emotion. So now they need to choose which one can give them the right answer. There are two kinds of emotion pairings. The first one is a negative behavior with natural expression, individual pair with a positive behavior with angry expression, individuals in the lower panel in figure 3. And a negative behavior with happy expression individuals pair with a positive behavior with natural expression individuals. After the change of expression, children will ask the ask and endorse questions in the same way as before, like part 1. In figure 4, here I can conclude that when children receive information about the behavioral record of two individuals, they almost always trusted the individual with a positive rather than a negative behavior record. However, once information about the emotional state of the two individuals was provided, the effect of the individual's behavioral record on children's selective trust was considerably weakened. Thus, children often ignore the behavior record and opted to trust whoever expressed more positive emotion. Children displayed this pattern both when choosing whom to ask for information and also when choosing whose information to endorse. Moreover, echoing the findings from part 1, the impact of emotion was especially marked when children choose between individuals expressing negative and natural emotion rather than between individuals expressing positive and natural emotion. Next, we move to reflective and proposal part. Based on the article, I can say that how to treat children for trust adults in conveying information. Other than that, more adults did not know how to handle or encourage children to listen or trust us because of did not use a right emotion phase. Adults more to think about her or himself rather than children feeling or trust. Next, about my opinion in pandemic, parents play an important role in gaining a child's trust through facial expression. Therefore, there are a variety of activities suitable for family such as storytelling and acting. I give this recommendation because of these two activities has many use facial expression. So from that, can gain trust toward adults.